Now, if you'd like to take advantage of the dark skies for the next couple of weeks, you can catch a pretty cool occurrence. So 6 planets will be visible in what's called a planetary parade. This image is an illustration, not exactly what you'll see, however, when you look at the sky.
You may have seen posts about the phenomenon on social media saying the sight will be visible January 25th. That's true, but it's also visible today and was last week and will be into February. Planets will always show up more or less in a line because all the planets circle the sun on roughly the same plane, a plane that we are also on.
So we have the sun at the center of our solar system, and then we know that planets orbit around it. And here's our Earth, and from the Earth, when we look towards the more western part of the sky, after sunset, probably around 6-7 o'clock, we'll see planets like Venus, Saturn, and even Neptune that may be visible. But if we look towards the other part of the sky at roughly the same time too, we'll see Jupiter and Uranus, and then Mars even further over to the east.
So as she was saying, most of these planets will be visible to the naked eye. Venus and Saturn will be over to the west, Jupiter and Mars to the east. Venus and Jupiter tend to be the brightest points. You will need a pair of binoculars or a telescope in order to see Uranus and Neptune.
Planetary alignments that are minor, like 2 to 3 planets, happen very often, especially with the inner planets. They can happen every few months. But when you get out to the gas giants, since they're very far out there, have bigger orbits, moving a little bit slower, those occur about every few decades, I'd say, but they persist for a long period of time. So about every 20 years, we have an alignment between Jupiter and Saturn, and it'll persist for quite a bit of time, a few decades in itself. So I'd say those 4 to 6 planet alignments can be frequent, but it depends on kind of where you are in its cycle.
The planets will be visible into the first part of next month.